Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday morning. Freezing here. I guess that's November, right? So, overnight we had some interesting developments, which on multiple topics. I touched on a couple of them last night on the live stream, but there's more that came out overnight. So, kind of give you the latest on this. Uh, First and foremost, a couple of no big shockers. Last night, about 20 after 9 Eastern Time, Trump announced his presidential run. Uh, we'll see what happens. The fear I have in this more than anything else is that he loses the Republican nomination and then decides to run as an independent. Okay. That means more Biden or Kamala Harris or Gavin Newsom or whatever. But would I vote for Trump again? Yep. Okay. Would I vote for DeSantis? Yep. Okay. Right now, we're in a waiting period. And we'll see if DeSantis even decides to run. Okay. Or anybody else for that matter. I mean, there's some out there. Mike Pence has zero chance. Mike Pompeo has next to no chance. I mean, basically, this is Trump or DeSantis' game right now. But like I said last night in the live stream, in 2014, 2 years before Trump won, Ben Carson was the leader. Okay. But needless to say, Trump put his hat in the ring, made it all about him even before the December 6th runoff down in Georgia. Yeah, okay. It is what it is. Another piece of news that doesn't come as a big surprise, the Republicans took the House yesterday. You had Kevin Kiley, I think that was his name, won in California. And then you had another race called in New York last night. So as it stands this morning, as far as I can tell, the Republicans are at 219. The funny part I get a kick out of this is, where are the Republicans winning seats? California and New York. Where are we losing seats? Well, I don't know. Arizona, Colorado. Not making a whole lot of sense. But then again, it's politics. It's not supposed to. Then we get into Poland. And for those of you that watched the live stream last night, I had said that it was an S-300 missile and that what it looked to me was that it was a Ukrainian missile used as an anti-aircraft missile or an anti-missile missile that missed its target and went, okay? Because the Russians were firing from east to west. Lviv, which was the relative target, is due south of where this town in Poland got hit. And if it missed, went right over top. Okay, that was what I explained last night in the live stream. Guess what came out around midnight last night Eastern Time? That Poland and even Ukraine are now saying this was a Ukrainian stray surface-to-air missile that they were trying to shoot down one of the incoming Russian missiles. This is exactly why being first does not always mean being best, okay? And I mentioned this last night. News organizations, there was some Pentagon insider or whatever, YouTubers all saying, Russia attacks Poland, World War III has started. And I'm like, whoa, guys, slow down, back up the bus, and let's get the details first. Now, maybe I have a teeny tiny little bit more knowledge than most people about some of this stuff, but I'm going off of what I find on the internet. Okay? I don't have contacts in Poland or contacts in Ukraine or contacts in the Pentagon where I can say, hey, can you send me some of those photographs? I want to take a look at it. If this dumb guy can figure that out 3 hours after it happened, was when I was telling Mrs. P, this is my bed, I find it very surprising that the media or the YouTubers or the Pentagon jump to conclusions so quickly. Now, what does this mean now? Well, it's going to be a pretty awkward day, or, well, it is now because it's middle of the afternoon in Europe, because you got this Article 4 conversation going on with Poland about what happened yesterday. Okay, they announced Article 4, okay, of the NATO treaty, which means there's all sorts of meetings and stuff like this going on with NATO. That one's going to be a little awkward. Oh, gee, sorry, what we thought yesterday wasn't the truth. So now that we've accused you of stuff, we have to backtrack. Biden came out last night about 5 to 9, trying to upstage Trump's speech. And then he started backing off after what everybody said. Let's wait for the investigation, whatever. Gee, Joe, what an idea. So I use this as an example. Be careful what you listen to on the news, YouTube, anywhere, Twitter, Facebook, pick one, okay? There's a lot of clickbait out there. And yeah, they got the clicks yesterday, sure, okay? Did they have the truth? No. Being first isn't always being best. It's funny when, and I've said many times, I have to go to the foreign press to get better information on the United States than I can from the U.S. press. I mean, that's just a fact, okay? It seems that, other countries know more of what's going on in our country than we do, or more likely what the Biden administration is allowing the press to say, or, not allowing maybe, but, hey, this might damage us, don't talk about this, stuff like that. So then you got into talking last night about the FTX scandal. If you guys caught this one, the Federal Election Committee on paperwork yesterday found that Mitch McConnell has pilfered somewhere around $2.5 million. Now I'm going to give you this. This is further that came in this morning. In case you missed last night, this is what happened. U.S. tax dollars, okay? We pay our taxes. Congress gets our tax money and gets to spend it pretty much as they see fit, right? We all know that. They waste it like crazy. So Congress sent a whole bunch of money to Ukraine. We all know about that. Ukraine took a ton of that money and invested it in FTX. Didn't use it for the war effort. They figured, hey, let's see if we can use their money to make us more money, right? But crypto. FTX, the exchange, goes broke. But we found out that FTX had given $2.5 million to Mitch McConnell's super PAC. Okay? So your tax dollars got laundered through Ukraine into FTX, back to Mitch McConnell's super PAC. Guess where a lot of that money went? To re-elect 3 Democrats into the House of Representatives. Kentucky, get rid of him. As soon as he's up for re-election, he is not a conservative. He is a Chinese asset trader, okay? And the silly part is he's inevitably going to get reelected as the leader of the Senate Minority Leader here next week. Why? Because there's a lot of other Republicans who are in the same boat in bed with him. All right? This is the thing. There's a lot of crookedness going on. A lot of interesting pieces of news. I mean, I just hit on 4 of them last night. Not that it should change anything that you do. Keep prepping harder, et cetera, et cetera. But again, somebody said on a live stream, I'm so sick of politics. Trust me, I am too. All right? But politics means a lot to the decisions you and I have to make. And going through life blindly, willy-nilly, being reactionary is not something that a prepper does. Preppers are proactive. We take care of problems before they become problems. Okay? Reactionary people are sheep. I don't think there's any sheep watching this channel. But as much as we're all sick of the political crap, your economy is dictated by politics. The crime is dictated by politics. It's imperative that you at least know what is going on in the world so you can prepare appropriately for it. Katie Hobbs, who looks like she's going to win the governor's race, it's already been called, but there might be a recount, in Arizona, has already said she's going to take down the wall that Ducey put up, all the shipping containers. So Arizona, if you're a prepper in Arizona, I'd get ready, do what you need to do for a massive, massive influx of Venezuelans, Nicaraguans, Haitians, Mexicans, whatever it would be. Why? Because Katie Hobbs is putting the "We're open for business" sign on the Mexican border. At the same time, Greg Abbott said, I'm putting gunboats on the Rio Grande River and we're not letting anybody through. All these illegals crossing into Texas are going to have to move west. That means New Mexico, Arizona, California, you can get ready for an influx. All right. These are things that you need to be prepared for. If all that's going on, I might get a couple more boxes of ammo if I live in Arizona, if I live in New Mexico, I live in SoCal. This is why paying attention to a lot of this stuff is so important. I try to keep up as much as I can. You guys are fabulous in sending me bits and pieces of information that you find. I mean, some of it doesn't matter, okay? I don't care about something Meghan Markle says or whatever, but I take a look at all the emails that you guys send me, news stories that you might find. A lot of them I've already seen. You can understand that. But I read every one of them. Not necessarily read the article or watch the video, but I read the email, okay? And it's like, okay, I already know about this. Don't need to go any further. Send me a 3-hour video. I'm not watching it. Send me a video without a timestamp saying you need to watch the 8:35 part here. I'm not watching it. So, but keep doing what you're doing. This is what we do. This is the whole point of being here, is sharing information that you find, that I find, that whatever. Keep it up. Let's keep using this thing, because I'll tell you what, we can outsmart every one of those SOBs in Washington if we work together. Pinball out.